Hi there, so this is Tess and I'm just here in my clinic space again today, and today's little video is just generally on toxicity. Okay, I'm not going to talk about a detox protocol, we can do that another time. I'm not going to educate on the liver and the role of bowel and the gut and all of that. I just want to sort of bring a little bit more awareness, I guess, around the whole topic of toxicity, because it is a buzzword and everyone wants to detox, right? I'm just wondering what comes to mind for you when you hear the word toxicity or detox. It's a bit of a buzzword, all right? So just very generally, you know, when people come into my clinic, I treat them as people who have toxicity. I almost said toxic people. It's not what I mean. Okay, so I treat them as people with toxicity, and it's really important for me as a naturopath and a BioResonance practitioner to address that in their life. And again, we're not just looking at physical toxicity, we're looking at the emotional, spiritual, mental, you know, all of that toxicity, all the clutter and you know, the hurts and the belief systems as well. So I always look at my client as a whole being, okay? And I want to bring them back and help them and support their body to come back to that wholeness again. So I look at it and I go, what is dis-ease? Yeah, dis-ease, disease is a body that's out of ease, which means that it's not in balance. Okay, there's no balance, there's no harmony, or it's just a little bit off. All right, and you know, I'm sort of, when I picture that in my mind, to me it looks like this, and this cell is not really talking to that, and this hormone is not really getting the information through, and this, you know, things are just not really communicating very well. So my job is to support the person to come back to balance. I never treat a disease. I treat the person who is out of ease. Okay, so the way that I also look at disease is I bring it back to two things, because I like it simple. One, disease is when there's too much of the bad stuff going on, the toxicity, the stressors. There's too much bad stuff going on. Too little of the good stuff going on. You know, things like good food, clean water, exercise, sunlight, grounding, etc. So we've got to ask questions around that as well, as to why is then, you know, are we just not getting enough in, or are those different, you know, the good things, the good nutrition, are they blocked from getting where they need to be? And often we're looking at blockages and interferences because of toxicity in the system. Okay, so it might actually be those chemicals, the xenoestrogens, that are bumping off the body's natural hormones. It bumps them off their receptor sites, and then the cells don't know what to do. Okay, same thing with heavy metals. It could be that, you know, mercury, cadmium, lead, aluminium, they actually bump zinc off the receptor sites, and then unfortunately, you know, the response is great toxicity and the body suffers for it because of heavy metal toxicity in the body. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a look at some of these different toxicities, because I think it's an important topic to cover and to be aware of. So, excuse me, the actual toxicity that we're talking about is anything that stresses the body out. Okay, anything that's stressing. So it could be on every level of our being, as I said before. But let's see what happens. So remember, you've got these little glands that sit on top of your kidneys. They're called the adrenal glands. And before I carry on, the adrenal glands are very, very connected to the kidney energy. And in Chinese medicine, they say that the kidney is the root of your power. Okay, so your adrenal glands and your kidneys are really connected to energy and your vitality and your life force. So keep that in mind. The other thing I want to say is that your adrenal glands are very connected to your thyroid and to, in women, the ovaries. Okay, there's this connection, this little triangle connection. So keep that in mind too, because if the adrenals are stressed out because they're working too hard, then the thyroid and the hormonal system will be stressed out as well. And just remember that chemicals and toxicity actually just immediately stresses out your immune system, your digestive system, your hormonal system. All right, it all gets affected. And I find in my clinic, specifically with people who come in with exhaustion, so their adrenals are, toxic, or they're having to deal with toxicity, and the thyroid has toxicity. So I want to let you know that with the thyroid and toxicity, gee, that shows up quite a lot, and especially metals show up as and also hidden infections show up as toxicity for the thyroid. And the other thing I want to mention is that on your thyroid, you've actually got little nodules, not thyroid nodules, but they're little glands called parathyroids. All right, there are a few of them, and they're sort of scattered around on the thyroid. And when I test energetically, the energy point for testing is here. When I test the parathyroid and it tests weak on a person, I know that they have chemical and sometimes metal toxicity. Okay, I just know that. So and then we can remediate that for them. Okay, so just know that toxicity in the body causes tremendous stress, and it kind of just, it really does, it messes up your information flow through the body, the hormones, the nervous system is affected because of the metals and all sorts of other reasons as well, neurotoxicity that happens because of all the toxins. And so your body's just not, it doesn't get the messages, it doesn't get the information in places where it needs information, which is everywhere. I'm laughing at myself for saying that. And so we want to detoxify the system as very holistically. I very seldom just look at just detoxifying the liver, or even that saying the detoxifying the detox organ. It's really supporting the organs, and then supporting the elimination organs to do their job. That's what my job is. All right, so what we want to do is first thing we want to detoxify or support to do its job is the bowel. Promise you, okay? Without a doubt, if you want to start any detoxification in your life, please start it with a good bowel motion every day. Every day. Move your bowels every day. Okay, you'll see what a difference that makes on every level of your being. So the bowels, that's one of our major detoxification organs. The others would be the kidneys, looking after kidneys with lots of beautiful water and minerals. Look after the other elimination organ, which is the skin. We've got to look after our lungs and the liver. Be kind to your liver. Love your liver. We can do a little, we can talk more deeply about the liver and the bowel at another time. And the lymphatic system is part of our detoxification and elimination organs. Okay, so some of those toxins that we've got to try and get rid of in our lives would be, things like all the chemicals that are around us. Chemicals cause endocrine disruptions, so they really do disrupt our hormones, and estrogen is usually the one that suffers, the most. Our estrogen levels get out of whack, all right, because they mimic our own body's estrogen, and we talked about the receptors, they bump it off anyway. That also, a lot of chemicals are cancer causing. All right, so even buying new clothes have got chemicals on them. Do you wash new clothes before you wear them? So think about that. You know, new carpets, they're off gas. Plastics have all got, you know, chemicals that they off gas as well. Fuel, all the petrochemicals. Look, they're just thousands and hundreds of thousands of chemicals in our environment. We just really can't get away from it. Our environment itself, you know, if you look at pesticides and herbicides, and whatever they spray from up there from the aeroplanes, I'm just going to say it, okay, industrial waste, pollution, and the heavy metals. So, you know, I just mind where you get your fish, all right? And also, if you've got massive amounts of amalgam, you know, the silver fillings in your teeth, you might want to go see someone to remove those for you over time, okay? They cause problems. They're neurotoxic, all right? Lead, cadmium. Anyone with, in my clinic, anyone with behavioral, mood, neurological, and chronic conditions and chronic infections, people who get infections, they're going to have some form of a metal toxicity in their body as well. The other thing I deal with here is electromagnetic frequencies. Oh, those are interesting. All right, so I can actually treat all these things I'm talking about with my machine too. Electromagnetic frequencies are very, they're sort of like a silent, what do they do? I'm going to say they prevent healing, really, okay? So people are already unwell. It's if they have electromagnetic frequency stress in their system, it's going to be really hard for them to actually reach wellness and health. Cell phone towers near you, okay? Yeah, no, not good. So anything that you plug in, anything that's plugged in your home that gets electricity will have some form of electromagnetic frequency radiation. Anything that's got its own battery, will have some electromagnetic frequency radiation. And especially our mobile devices and anything connected to Wi-Fi. My home, all my devices are protected. I've got many different ways of protecting, you know, through specific symbols, biosignatures, pyramidal shapes, just name it. I've got lots, and I can put you on to the people who actually make really good devices. Okay, so if you're interested, devices, protective little goodies for your devices. Okay. We also have physical issues and physical toxicity. Scars and infections can cause lots of problems for the body as well. Biofilms in the body, like people, you know, yeah, anyway, I'll do some more work on that and let you know when I do a video on that. Emotional and spiritual stress. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyone who's ever had a trauma in their life and has a fear of some sorts, or a hurt from the past, relationships, anything where, you know, our emotional toxicity usually come from other people and our, you know, reactions to other people, I guess, you know, and reliving the past. And spiritually, if we feel very disconnected, or we feel disempowered, or we feel we have no hope, yeah, that's kind of not so good for the system. Okay, so I'm going to finish off by saying, what are the good things that we can do if we're aware of those other things in our lives? What are some of the good things that we can do? I'll tell you what you can do. You can laugh more, you can hug someone, you can move more, you can sleep better, right? That's really good. That's important. You can get in the sun because of the biophotons that are so amazing for us. You can put your bare feet on the ground. That's amazing because it helps to balance the 5-8 ratio of positive and negative ions in our bodies, and sort of, you know, help us to be at a better charge, if you like. You can meditate / pray. You can think happier. You can play music. Okay. You can drink water and you can give your body wonderful nutrition. You can feel gratitude. All right. You can say thank you. I like to say thank you. And you can be kind. So you can be kind to yourself and to others. You can use some beautiful essential oils, okay? And some of the beautiful things that you have available at home. So absolutely, the best thing you can do against the toxicity, the stress and the dis-ease is to do something for your health, right? We have the tools. It's free. All those things I've mentioned to you, you know, well, most of it anyway, they come free, right? We can do something about it. So bottom line, detox, detox, detox. You don't need a super protocol to do that, to start your detoxification. You can start by doing a few of these things, you know. Detox yourself from toxic people, toxic products, toxic past, toxic environment, okay, and toxic body. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll do a little bit more detailed education on detoxification with you very soon. All right, take care folks. Bye.